So we made it to Louisiana. Literally, how freaking exciting. I've been wanting to go to New Orleans since I was little, so I'm super excited for this trip. And we are here literally on the bayou.
Probably shouldn't be filming and driving. Not a good idea.
So if you didn't watch our last video, we already left Florida and we're almost to New Orleans, but there's not really much to see on the stretch that we've already kind of tackled, and we've kind of looked up the area a little bit to see if there's anything cool, and every city that we've been through has had one of the highest crime rates in the US, so we kind of just kept on moving.
Big wheels keep on turning.
We tried to turn on the generator this morning. It ran for about 30 seconds and then shut off. I had some gas stored up there in a tank. I literally went through my mind like, I hope this isn't gonna be bad. And then I poured it in, and then I tried to start it again, and it wouldn't start. I am now taking apart the entire thing, draining the carburetor right now. See that gas, look at that. That is not good. Oh, that's about overflow. That looks about all of it now. Tyme just went and ran and got me new gas, and hopefully it starts again. I'll close this off, put the new gas in, and hopefully that's all it needs. Turn that off, set off. Don't get more water in there. So we'll go ahead, turn this on, turn the gasoline on, hopefully. Still doesn't start. Whoa. That wasn't good. Instead of the electric start, I'm just gonna go ahead and try a pull start and see if that works. Oh, nice. Now I gotta figure out what to do with all this gas. I can start a little lemonade stand. Let me try here. We should be good to go. Back on the road. Oh, I also do just want to say how impressively quiet this thing really is. I'm a good like 5 feet away from it right now, and I can talk in a normal voice. Just take a few steps back. The highway is now louder than that.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
All of these signs are saying that we're about to hit a tunnel. I wasn't ready for a tunnel. Hopefully we're not too tall. I'm gonna try to film this. We're about to hit it.
So as we started to approach our destination, it took us down a long winding road that started to get more and more narrower. Is that a word? Narrow. More and more narrow. But there was honestly some pretty nice houses on the street, so that made us feel better about wherever we were going to park our bus for a few nights. Until the road completely dropped off and turned into not even a 2-lane gravel road surrounded by swamp on both sides. We were a little stressed at this point about bringing the bus down that road because if it didn't open up, we were gonna be stuck and would have no way of turning around. But after following the road down for what felt like miles longer, we finally reached our spot. So we made it to Louisiana. Here we are. Somewhere on a bayou. In the middle of nowhere. It's actually quite relaxing. There's absolutely no sounds besides your own. This is the first spot that we actually stopped to plug in, refill on water, have all of that. This spot is actually a little bit under an hour away from New Orleans, but we didn't really mind that because it's a little bit safer and it's also really quiet and peaceful out here. The drive's worth it. I would say we're getting a pretty authentic Louisiana experience here, sitting right here on the bayou. We're gonna drop the link for the hip camp if you guys wanna have this experience. Big shout out to Rob. Thanks for letting us stay. Look at it, doesn't that look like a hayfield? If I go to step out on there, I'm drowning. That's all swamp?
Yeah.
That's nuts. New Orleans. Ah, this is not good. We're going to get coffee because I haven't had any yet. Not that I need it to function. I'm functioning just fine. You're going a little fast on this road.
Going 18.
Yeah, the speed limit's 15.
The longest gravel road ever. We were coming out here on the bus. We got about halfway through, and then the pin told us we made it, and we definitely didn't make it yet. And that's when we got a little concerned, because it's always terrifying when you go out on like a one-way in the bus. Because if there's not a clearing to turn around, then you're either backing it up all the way or you're stuck. So, but luckily we went a little bit farther when we found our spot. That suspension, I was feeling the bad suspension on the gravel here. That was a little rough.
As we got closer and closer to the city, we were blown away by how run down everything really was. We had to drive through some pretty ghetto looking areas to get into the downtown area. We're parked, ready to go. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. It looks like there's a little bit like a market going on because there's a lot of traffic and some of the roads are blocked off, so I think we came on the right day. But we only have a few hours of daylight, so let's go hit it up. But check out that greenhouse behind me.
$17 for parking. 4 hours, $17. Oh. So we're already 20 bucks down. First impression so far?
I love it.
Oh, look at this guy.
Why you're at the house of the rising sun?
Alright, well, everyone around here tells me that I need to try a bidet, so...
No, not a bidet, a beignet.
Oh. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
So apparently this one was like the spot to go for a beignet, but if you take a look around, it doesn't look like we're getting a beignet anytime soon. We're not actually sure if it's like that much better or if it's like the internet hyping it, so we're gonna go explore more of the city first and then maybe try tomorrow. So.
Day 2 here in New Orleans. Nothing too exciting has happened on the trip so far. Been pretty easy travels. That's a good thing. We're okay with that.
Saw someone's butt cheeks.
That's great.
What you filming? Babe, they smell freaking heavenly. And I told myself I was gonna only have one bite, but I think we might have to eat the whole thing. I didn't even try it yet. If you're new here, your girl's got a gluten allergy and can't really eat these, but I don't know about the gluten allergy today, so. The powdered sugar, I'm like assuming when I bite it, it's just gonna, I feel like you could have gotten chocolate and honey on it.
Also, we got hot chocolate, coffee, and a beignet. The whole thing came to like $15. These three were only $4. $4 for these. That's pretty good. Yeah, it just smells like fried dough.
I shouldn't be eating this. I'm gonna regret this so much. That's really good.
Pretty good.
That went in my share. So I dipped in my cappuccino. That is not the move. Put that top right there. It's pretty good. Hopefully I don't die after this. If I do, I went out with a beignet. Instead of a bang.
Pretty funny. That was good.
It's good. It's so doughy. So crispy. That was quite tasty. I definitely didn't eat 3 of them. And I've got a whole bag of beignets on accident.
I don't want to talk.
I'd say being able to stay here has been nice. Being able to hook up to power, water, all of that. Our next stop, I guess, is making it a little bit farther into Louisiana, and it won't be long till we've made it to Texas. Well, we got everything unplugged, packed up. We are off.
But hopefully by tomorrow we'll be in Texas and the destination we need to be at. So let's hit the road.
Look at all the mud on this tire. So since the day that we left Florida, we noticed on the 18-hour route that we had that there was a flood warning. And we made it this far. We're in Louisiana somewhere on the far side. Well, it looks like today is the day that we reached the spot that has that flood warning. We made it out of the storm with minimal damage. I heard a noise like from behind me and I thought something like fell out of our cabinets, and then all of a sudden it started happening everywhere, and that's when I realized that it was hail coming down. And as I was filming, all of a sudden I barely even noticed it in time, but the car in front of me slammed on its brakes because it got under the bridge to protect itself from the hail. If you know driving a 40-foot bus, the thing doesn't stop very fast. I thought I was gonna crush him. I had no idea about if those cars behind me, I could barely see.
I was the car behind him, and I was actually in the hail a little bit longer than he was. The rain honestly was worse for me than the hail was. The rain blocked my windshield completely, so I almost crushed in the back of the bus. I was in the hail a little bit longer than he was, so the damage on my car was a little bit worse. It's on this side. It's not on this side. The poor little Mustang. That. It looks worse from the inside.
Luckily, I was able to kind of park under the bridge, so I don't think the hail got us too bad. Our skylight on the front side is just plexiglass. That would have definitely shattered. So luckily we got under there. As I was sitting there filming, I actually didn't even realize that I got this on camera. The only lane that was open was the one right to the left of me, and the tractor trailer that was heavier than the bus was came flying through. Because it just couldn't stop. But we lived.
I mean, the hail was coming down probably that big. Could have been worse. Well, that brings us to the end of the video, SunChasers. Thanks so much for being here once again and watching our videos and supporting us. And welcome to Texas. Peace. Which one's mine? Andrew. This is mine. Today's vlog, will Tyme eat the beignet? Yes or no?
One left.
Do you want it?
Yeah, sure.
That little... You're that... clapping of the waves.